Hello everyone, it's your girl JJ. Today we're gonna react to DDG fell for the kick trap.
Every time I scroll on my Twitter or TikTok timeline, I notice that there are streamers who I've never seen in this world before pop up and take over every single swipe that I have. I know that I'm noticing it, I know that you're noticing it, and I know that the streamers who are making the decision as to which platform they are gonna stream on are also noticing it as well.
I noticed as I've been streaming these past few months, especially during my tours when it really like clicked in my brain. I'm like, bro, this tour should be way more viral. But I noticed like I be seeing more clips from Kick than Twitch these past couple months. And I'm like, what's going on, bro?
Streaming has stopped being about who's the best in the game for a little while now, and it's more about who has the most clips, who has the most visibility, who can get in the algorithms of these famous celebrities that are scrolling, and this athlete and whoever else that may be perusing on social media. And so now you have this mass exodus of content creators taking this pivot and saying that I'm gonna go green and it's gonna be the best thing for me. But I am here to say that may not be the best decision.
I love you guys, man. We're gonna be crazy. It's gonna be good. We're gonna be vibing. I'm pulling up on the Kick app right now. I appreciate you guys. We're going up. I will be one of the biggest Kick streamers, but I will be one of the biggest streamers. You know what I'm saying?
If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go along.
I feel like there's always a lot of bias hate towards Kick. Like, because like I understand why people don't like Kick, but at the same time, it's also a platform, just like YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and like it's not like you can't stream on Twitch at the same time or you can't stream on YouTube. There's even a feature that allows you to do that, like if you want to get paid for it. So like I don't know, I just find it interesting how like a lot of people kind of just hate Kick right away.
Long way for the channel. Show that you're more than a clip watcher and show that you're an actual video watcher by clicking the subscribe button. Now, back into the video.
Oh, they're saying DDG doing streams on Kick. Yeah, that's great. I think Kick staff. I think there's a clip of him going around.
DDG moved full time to Kick. I think for at least like I don't know. He's come over completely like just like I know he's multi-streaming, but now he's like fully on Kick. I think that's because of the clipping. Yeah, it's because of the clipping. I believe like he I think he recognizes like at the end of the day, Kick obviously offers a really great platform. It offers 95.5. It offers Kick partnership program, which is income is around about 19x Twitch, but it also offers clipping. Right, and that discoverability is huge.
For all the negative things that I can say about Kick, and we'll get into those in a little bit later on in the video, I will say that everywhere that I turn, there is a clip with some sort of Kick logo at the bottom left. They are legitimately speaking everywhere, and they are very creator friendly. One of the biggest conundrums for content creators.
You know what's funny? If you have a Kick clip, right, it doesn't even have the logo of Kick. Like, hold up, let me actually pull this up now. Don't want to share my screen. Like, I think people think like Kick is forcing that logo. Let me actually go to one of my VODs, because I could probably find a clip, right? And then what happened? Because you can use Kickbot, and then literally someone made a clip for me yesterday. Watch. Where is everyone? Help! Help! Let me download it. Help! Oh! Let me also download this one. Hey, Raven. Okay, so then let me go over here in my downloads. Where is everyone? It literally doesn't. Help! It does. Yeah, it doesn't even. How do people play this game? It doesn't even have a forced logo on it, so it's edited, right? PNG. Okay. Go choke on the Wienertron. So yeah, like I don't know, that logo people be having, it's just to draw attention towards Kick, because like, you know, that split revenue is what a lot of people want. Like, I don't think a lot of people. I know you can't see it. I did it on purpose. I didn't want you guys to see, you sticking wiener ears. Like, at the end of the day, like, people just want a better pay, no? Is it wrong to ask for better pay? Because apparently on Twitch, like, it takes a lot of work. I mean, sure, people like DDG probably get that 70-30 split easy with them direct subs, but other people can't. And then, yeah, you have ad revenue. I am sharing my screen, you bingus! Go choke on a wiener. Anywho, like, I think at that point, it's just like people just want to like, just find other ways to increase their profits. So
creators is racking their brains on how to get everywhere and do everything between Threads, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. There are so many platforms in which a content creator has to focus on being, and you literally can't be everywhere at once unless for whatever reason you opt into being on that green app. And I think that creators are taking that stance, noticing those things in real time, and this is why you can see a couple of these guys switching. It also helps.
I mean, I don't even think it's because. What do you mean? No, you're a bingus. I literally think my stream being shared, you bingus. Like, people are saying like it could all be done on Kick. Like, I don't know about all that. Like, I still have to put. I'm a small streamer, by the way. Thinking, bro, I'm breaking my back every day. Like, you still have to like do like all this stuff. Like, if you don't have people, clip and put it on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, and and so forth to get noticed. Like,
on the first day of streams, like DDG's brother Dub, you're getting homepage. And it also helps that when you do big events like DDG's tour, you get clipped up to the masses. And not just instantly being put on the homepage, you will instantly see a resurgence of your views and your face on the timeline if you switch to Kick.
So at the end of the week, of next week or whatever, when is it gonna be a week? Then I'm gonna decide whether I want to stay on Kick or I want to go back to Twitch. But my hypothesis was correct. I have been seeing myself way more for sure. Like, and I can't lie and say I wasn't right. Just, it's okay to say you was right. I remember y'all was telling me before I said it, like, ain't nothing gonna change.
Now, I for one can say that I have seen more DDG on my platforms. And this is because Kick has figured out the problem that Twitch has had for years at this point. Nobody's in competition with the platform. Twitch is a great place to stream, but the distribution is where the issue lies.
There's no reason why to search and find new streamers. You have to go on other platforms. Twitch, you should be able to do that on Twitch. Do you know how many people know about streamers but don't know what Twitch is? Majority of people that know streamers. Your average normie doesn't know what Twitch is, bro.
That's crazy.
They don't know what Twitch is. It's like, damn, but they probably know who Kai is, though. You get what I'm saying? They know who Blackboy Max is. They know who Speed is. They know who FaZe is. They know AMP. They don't know Twitch, though.
Twitch has probably got to be the biggest thing that I could think of that nobody knows about. I sound chronically online strange and weird when I try to have these conversations with, my other family members when I go to dinners and birthday parties. Not that it's because they don't know who these faces are. Hell, they even bring them up to me and ask me about what Kai Cenat, Blackboy Max, and all the other Twitch streamers are doing. But the problem is, though, is that people aren't actually watching Twitch. They're watching the clip pages. If you already have an audience, then Twitch can work for you. But if you don't, then the platform can feel like a wall. Why? Because nobody's finding anything new ever. Every once in a while, you'll have somebody who scrolls through the Just Chatting or any of the other channels and click on a random streamer. But I bet you if I asked the audience that's viewing this right now, name 5 other categories on Twitch outside of Just Chatting, they probably couldn't do it. This is why every other streamer has to be a short form content creator too. They have to go off platform just to grow the platform. It doesn't make any sense. But it does make sense that Kick identified this weakness, especially because they were ex-creators on the platform and decided, that's exactly what we're gonna tackle.
Kick obviously offers a really.
So isn't this a good thing overall? That like gives other people a chance to potentially grow. Don't get me wrong, it's gonna be tough to grow on a lot of platforms. But honestly, low-key, hold up. It's not impossible. Because there's this one girl, this VTuber, right? She started only like a month ago. I'll give her a shout out, Aeyvi Rift, because I play with her sometimes. And like, I see her like grow like, even if like the viewer count isn't always like at like a certain number, her community is pretty active, communicated towards her. So it's like, I wouldn't say like it's impossible to grow, but it does require effort from your side to grow, aside from just streaming.
great platform. It offers 95.5. It offers Kick partnership program, which is income is around about 19x Twitch. But it also offers clipping, right? And that discoverability is huge. Discoverability in streaming is really difficult.
And I said to Eddie, I said, listen, let's steal the clippers from Twitch. He's like, Aiden,
That's
just get me a
crazy.
budget, get me a number. I want all the clippers. Anyone who's clipping for everyone on Twitch, tell them we'll pay them double. So with that being
That's
said,
crazy.
my clippers are about to eat. If you clip shit for streamers on Kick, you're gonna get paid double pretty much. I spoke with Eddie about it. Guys, my clippers this last month, I mean, what? They're making like over $100,000.
Kick identified a problem and made a billion-dollar industry behind it. Clipping is the new wave, it is the new fad, and it is something that everybody is trying to figure out a way of solving that puzzle. But Kick has taken it and moved it into a totally different direction as a place and space that they really dominate. It's something that they really blossom in. Think about it from my POV or other POVs as content creators. Before, the way that Kick has been going about doing clipping, the way that you would have to do this is find somebody who was a short form editor, something that was generally new to the space in the first place. But you'd have to find somebody who watches streams for hours, takes out those good moments, puts really engaging edits on these things. That could take 30 minutes to maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours on one singular clip. Push it out to the algorithm, hope it does good, hope it does bad, and then repeat the cycle. Each individual clip could start at a bare minimum of about $15. And to manage that whole team, content creators would have to focus some mindset on that. Very inefficient. The juice wasn't worth the squeeze because on the side of the editor, they weren't getting paid properly. On the side of the creator, they probably weren't getting the bang for their buck because we know that short form content doesn't directly pay you dollars and cents. And honestly, it was just a mess trying to do it all by yourself in the first place. It was really nasty. But this is where Kick decided, hey, we'll come in and we'll take on all of those expenses. We'll take on all of that overhead, all of that work and mental capacity that you had going into more employees, and we'll push you out to a whole different level, to a whole different audience at masses. And this is really, and I do mean really, attractive to content creators like myself and other streamers.
This is our first stream on Kick, okay? A lot of you guys that wasn't here yesterday, I'm gonna explain it a little bit. Your boy decided to start streaming on Kick only because you wanna try something new. So we're going to be doing 120 days straight on Kick, man. I've been streaming on one platform. So, you know, it's cool to not put all your eggs in one basket. I think it's cool to have change. And I think Kick is going to really show a lot of love, man. They're excited with the content ideas that we're going to be doing. They're going to be supporting it and just putting like a big budget behind it, man. So shout out Kick, man.
The puzzle of more is solved. This is why Kick feels different. Kick's ecosystem solved the burden of content creators trying to figure out how to create more. The clippers, the repost page, the Twitter accounts, the TikTok edits, the reaction channels. Now the content creation factory ecosystem feels whole and complete. And before a content creator can go on to the next clip or segment, they've already got this one posted out to the masses and it's going viral. But this is where the conundrum kicks in. Like I said, this may or may not be the best thing in the world, because once the ecosystem is built around the moments, well, the question is, what kind of moments get spread faster on the internet, specifically Elon's internet?
Yo, fuck Jack Doherty. Fuck you. Dude,
Yo,
what the fuck?
Oh, turd.
Yo. Oh my God, there's glass all over me.
Now, if you couldn't tell, that was scripted, but there's a reason why. Most content creators know now that what gets spread around the internet is rage bait, drama, negativity, violence to an extent, and just some of the most extreme stuff in the world. The same machine that it was built to help reward creators, blow them to another level, get them seen by the masses, is the same one that is built off the foundation of, well, negativity sells. All these crazy things sells, the women sell, all of these extreme things, the rage baity drama, all that stuff sells. So we're gonna need more of that from content creators in order to push them to the next level. That's why you can see Jack Doherty's script.
But like, it happens everywhere, no? Or is it because Kick has the most limited amount of roles? I mean, technically, couldn't people do the same thing in Rumble? But a lot of people just don't want to use Rumble.
The new haters coming to smash his car. And this is also why you see Aiden Ross continuously push the brand risk boxing events by having the most racist and controversial streamers on the planet get on the platform.
I'm also open to, I spoke with Gypsy, if he were to get in again, to do MMA. We have a way to do MMA/boxing. So like a 2-in-1 in one event. I want the fight to be Roger Jackson versus Gypsy Crusader. That to me is a really good fight. I don't know if we're gonna get it, but that to me is like a good follow-up in my opinion. The chat would want that, and I think it would be a great fight.
Okay, Tron. I could just bleep and censor it, but it ends up being very time consuming. So like,
Sentiments prompt a whole video that I will get into later on in the week. But the reality of the situation is that these platforms and these clipping pages reward some of the most insane content out there, even to the extent of a Chud the Builder type. It's not about who's the funniest. It's not about who's the most creative. It's not about who's doing the most objectively entertaining anymore with the personality. The easiest thing to do and the easiest thing to spread is the drama, the disrespect, the chaos, or somebody crossing the line. This is why Kik can help someone like a DDG who is already famous, already has a fan base, and already has buzz and motion become more visible. But at the same time, it can help somebody like a Chud the Builder explode to a new height that has never been seen before. Now, this is why you'll notice that some of these clip pages have...
I don't know about all that. Like, I think for a lot of smaller creators, if they're not doing all that rage bait stuff, it takes them a lot of effort. Because I feel like Kik in general doesn't really have that many viewers, and when it does have a lot of viewers, it's very focused on these popular streamers um like okay, let's say DDG or XQC or Aiden Ross. Like, you know, those people purposely don't host out to other people because they know that they would get a lot of money. Like, the person who gets to host could get a lot of money or something from that. So it's very interesting to see to see that, because like, you could say like these people could like host out to other people, but like, not saying that they have to host out to small creators, but it's like, let's say people within their same type of level, but they don't, because, you know, for one, that's a potential of people going to that person's channel, and there's the potential of like of people being more reliant on them, but I really don't know. So
some of the most insane captions. There's out of context moments. It's not about getting out the good, the right, or the bad. It's about getting the views. Like, simple as that. Whatever can push the most views is what these clip pages' target is. And so now the problem becomes when engagement is the new goal. The creators themselves start learning that that's the pathway to a faster height of success. Like, that's the way that they need to go about.
I feel like engagement is always the goal, though. Like, I get, like, in terms of clipping, people do it a different way, but like, the whole point of streaming is that you have to engage your audience, right? You have to entertain your audience, right? Like, if you're being boring, who's gonna want to watch you? Like, there's a difference between being cozy and being boring, right? Like, it's actually interesting because I was asking someone about something that was happening, right? And they were like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I had to mute you at times. It wasn't because of you, but it was because of who you were potentially interacting with. That I found like the whole video to be less engaging, and what, like, I found just being around less engaging because like it just would be like the same repetitive thing. So it's very interesting, to say the least.
Getting into the conversation, into the ethos, is by being controversial as opposed to being creative. And I hate to keep bringing him up, but this is where Chud the Builder exposes this contradiction, and we can no longer ignore it. Now, we know Chud the Builder. I've made several videos about him over the past week, and his saga continues to go on. But what we should really be extrapolating from here is that he should be a warning sign to content creators and the platform itself about the way that they go about pushing people out into the mainstream audience. The most important question is not just, well, why would Chud do this? Simple, he's a racist. But the better question is, why did he think that this was the kind of environment where he could push it this far? And I think the answer is simple. Because the space that has been created around clipping and clip culture is one in which that you get rewarded for doing extreme things. These clips can travel faster than somebody's long form video, than somebody's creative endeavor in which they hired this person, drafted out a script, did etc., etc. The drama, the outrageousness, the pure out racism travels travels much faster, goes much more viral, and gets much more views and attention than all the other stuff. So now creators feel like, hey, the more punishment that I put myself and others through, the more promotion that I ultimately get. That means more people will then come and see my streams because the clip views are up, and I'll get more money and be more rewarded because of it. And by the time Kick reacts to what the clip pages are putting out, clip pages already got the engagement, right? They've already shot this person out to the ethos. The reaction channels already got it. The conversation is already started. And there's really two people that suffer. One, Kick the platform because now they're getting labeled as a bad platform to be on. And then two, the creators that still exist on there. Kick may have solved one problem that Twitch created, but now it has created a whole different question. What the hell does it even mean to continuously be on Kick? You see, Twitch made it harder to grind for visibility, but once you got those eyes and that audience, you can best believe they were a strong, loyal audience, one that was catered to the exact type of demographic that you wanted. But Kick made visibility easier, but easier doesn't mean that you've always built the strongest audience.
But I need my predictions. That is a big part of the community, Kick, that made the immersion with the chat so much better. Listen, I'm not threatening y'all, but best believe my viewers, they come first at the end of the day. Listen, like I really like Eddie. Eddie's a good dude. It's not even his fault like the other people, but I need.
Okay, my question is, why don't these people just multi-stream? Like, is it because they think they're getting less money? Because think about it this way. If they're getting KPP, we know these people are getting KPP. And if their Twitch contract is not exclusive, couldn't they couldn't they be like multi-streaming and be getting more revenue? Like, they might be splitting the audience, but at the same time, there's probably people on Twitch that didn't move to Kick, and there's people who prefer Kick over Twitch.
I need them pre's, bro. Like, what makes me happy is growing. Like, growing the community, growing YRG and shit. I'm not saying that it can't happen on Kick. It's just different. It's just different.
Longevity is probably one of the biggest question marks that content creators have at the top of their heads. And while grinding out on platforms like Twitch and YouTube can be very, very frustrating, once you grind and actually build said community, it can be rewarding. You have a loyal fan base, you have a loyal audience that's not looking for you to do the most outlandish things in order for you to, you know, catch their attention and keep them there. But ultimately,
I feel like that is not 100% accurate. I feel like you could have a loyal audience for a certain period of time, and then that audience can either grow or change, or you can change as well, and you will no longer have that loyal audience. Because I had a point where I had an audience that came in just for one thing. It didn't come for me, they came for the one thing, the one game I was playing, which was Pokemon. So, like, if I suddenly stop playing Pokemon, right, and I'm back to basically square one, were they really a loyal audience?
genuinely like you for you. Creators like Rage, FaZe, and AMP created strong audiences, not because they came for a viral moment, but because they came for the content creators themselves. This is where Kick struggles. Sure, they'll push people to you, to your name, and potentially to your Kick streaming platform, but what type of...
I feel like they were part of the, like, I do recall Jason Wynn saying that he did do a lot of clip baiting and clipping in general in order to get popping on Twitch. I feel like they do it, but just in a different way. It might not be as dramatic as on Kick, where people are just like pulling these type of stunts, like it looks like they're being attacked, but like they're doing it in a different way where they're trying to get that engagement.
Audience are you building? What type of fan bases come from somebody that drew in this viewer based off of a clip that has a little Kick logo at the bottom? This is what I really want people to ask themselves. And I know that as a viewing audience, you understand this connotation. If somebody told you that they were streaming, you'd probably say, oh, okay, that's cool. That's a cool, fun thing to do. But if somebody told you that they were streaming on Kick, you would look at them like they were crazy. You would look at them like they had 3 heads. You would probably think that they're racist or a nuisance streamer.
I think that's just completely just something that's biased from a few people, because like, now if you changed it to I multi-stream to Kick, to Twitch, to YouTube, would it make a difference? Because I know VTubers tend to hate Kick, right? But at the same time, there are some VTubers who are big out there and will have Kick there as a third alternative or something like that. But they're not gonna completely rely on Kick, right? Most people who only rely on Kick is because they either got banned on Twitch or like they realize their audience is on Kick now. Like for example, me, right? I stream on Twitch, YouTube, Kick, and all that stuff, but primarily I stream on Kick because most of my audience is now on Kick, and they usually come at the same time. Versus on Twitch, I would only have like 1 to 2 people at the time, or like you know, I had to stream super long hours just to get noticed, and it's like it's like okay, like it's not like I don't do the clips, it's not like I don't like do stuff outside of streaming, but it's literally Ludwig made a video. He's like he had to spend like 4 hours just to get one person to watch him. And that's kind of thing. If I do a 1 hour stream, if I'm not already known, it doesn't really do that much versus like if I did it somewhere else, because it's like, well, I already built over there. It's just very I do think that there's a lot of bias towards this platform, which I understand because of the early days of it. But like, I think a lot of people just need to look that it's a platform first, and you guys are just looking at the people when you could do the very same thing with Twitch, and you guys do the same thing with Twitch, but then you'd be like, Twitch isn't dying. For example, like when Nina Lynn or whatever, when that whole thing was going, people kept yapping about her. I mean, she's back still. It's like, oh, Twitch is falling off, but it's just like those people who are all the way at the top. Like, how long did they actually get punished for?
Be less likely to click on them. Why? Because that name is now getting muddied because of the process that has been explained throughout the video. Just like other mediums of content like podcasting, because I know podcasting has like one of the worst raps in the world, especially in the dating game. Fellas, if you go out there and tell a woman you have a podcast, you'll probably lose her. But streaming on Kick is becoming one of those things as well. They're birthing these nuisance streamers, these racists, and these other things. And basically that is solely due to how people identify Kick streamers based off of clips. You have to ask yourself as a content creator, am I building some sort of real and legitimate audience, one that is loyal to me and that'll follow me to the ends of the earth? Or are we getting people that are just checking in for the next viral moment, the crash out, the rage?
Okay, so like, can that not be applied to Twitch though? Or even Rumble or whatever platform? Like, I feel like YouTube and TikTok are a bit different because like over there they are watching a clip and they decide to follow you to whatever platform, versus on what's it called, on TikTok, like you have to go out your way on TikTok. So it's like those two platforms you kind of have to go out. Meanwhile on Twitch and Kick, it's like, oh, do they have stuff they do off stream, or I could watch off stream? I could follow them there. So
The drama, the racism, the nuisance streaming? Are they tapping in to see if I'm going to implode? Or are they going to tap in to see me play a game of Roblox with the rest of my community? For what it's worth, I do think that Kick did solve an actual problem that was existing in the space. Twitch has yet to this day solved the discoverability problem, which makes me go out there and say that it is by far the hardest platform to grow, full stop. In order to grow this one platform, you have to grow another platform, which sounds idiotic. But at the end of the day, it is one of the more rewarding things for content creators to do. And trying to fast track that process by going to a platform that prioritizes clipping by any means necessary, even if it makes you look like a racist, a weirdo, somebody who may have weird schmexual desires, gets you pushed to the algorithm based off of controversy, doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And so for these content creators that are saying to themselves, hey, I'm gonna make the switch, it just seems like the best thing for me, I would author them a caution. There's a couple of things that they need to be very, very weary of once they make the switch switch over to Kick. One, you are going to be labeled for a very long time. If you are a Kick streamer, that rings off a little bit different than a Twitch streamer. Two, manage how these out of context, weirdo caption clips are gonna come out. I know that you're not gonna have too much control over it because, hey, they're gonna paint you in a bad light, but ultimately you're gonna be seen on my timeline. And that's what you wanted, but you just need to be very weary and cautious of those different things. Because
Okay, so what do you guys think of this video so far?
these guys need to realize that Kick is gonna make you more popular, for sure. It's gonna make you more visible. But the way that the internet is prioritizing visibility, it's by the worst moments first. And that can have nasty, and I do mean nasty, results for the end goal.
Okay, so that's the video chat. What are your guys' thoughts? Because I feel like it's... I feel like it just needs to take the good and the bad type of scenario. I feel like it's gonna happen regardless, and people have to learn how to manage, but like it could be different for the bigger streamers versus the smaller streamers. So like, cause I just think about like the people who have a audience and do it and don't have as much as a problem. I'm not gonna say their names at this point. But like, I mean, I could, but like, you know, at least the VTuber side, right? Like Kid Links, you know, what else? Coco, like, you know, their audience is engaged and active with them, and it's not reliant on clips, as far as I'm aware, because I don't even think there's that many clips. So it's just like, I think it's just people have to really realize that there's always going to be bad that comes with stuff that can lead to good. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below, and I hope you guys have a good one. Ciao.